We is live. What's the word? It's the regular joint. Yeah. We is live. We is live. Let me double check and make sure, but I believe we are live. You get that notification?
Yeah, it came through on Twitch.
Yes, sir. All right, we good.
What is the what's the title? Is the title?
Yeah, everything is great. No problems. You can refresh that joint. It'll probably pop up.
Have a very particular set of skills.
Yeah, it doesn't popping up there.
I don't know. It's popping right here.
What, the chat?
There it goes. Boom. Yeah, it should be good now. Yeah, so we live, man. We're gonna get into what it takes to be a millionaire or make $1 million.
Yeah, because just because you make a million don't mean you a millionaire. You know what I mean? It's I think in all reality, if you have $1 million, obviously you're a millionaire, right? Or if you have a million in assets, one is considered a millionaire. So a lot of times you got some millionaires living from paycheck to paycheck.
That's a fact.
And how is that? How are you a millionaire but you living from paycheck to paycheck? Easy. That's easy. This economy is nasty work. So we're going to talk about what I thought was easy. I thought making $1 million was easy, because I felt like I had the know-how. I mean, some people will say yeah, it's easy, but I beg to differ. Obviously, $1 million now is not what $1 million was 10 years ago, but it is getting a little bit easier to make money now. So a person, you know, I think has a better chance at making $1 million now than they did 10 years ago, 20 years ago. We always hear, bro. We always hear, pop out with your lockout or get clocked out. People think that we work out crazy, so when they see us out here in Okeechobee, they don't want to stop by. They don't want to work out. They think we about to kill them, in the workout. But we ain't got no time to be killing nobody. So guys, as I was saying, the internet era made a lot of millionaires, but this AI era is gonna make it's not even good. It's not even funny. Look at all these videos that's made. That's fake videos, deep fakes to the point where you don't even know that the video is real. People are getting millions and billions of views off of this stuff, and how they're doing it um, with the views is they're getting paid for the views, but some of them are also using products. They have Amazon storefronts. You have TikTok showcases. These are all of the things that I thought didn't matter. I was so stuck on I'm just gonna sell these ripsticks and I'm gonna cook them instead of people flying me out for an event and I'm hosting. I'm doing this. I would just pay. I would go out to different events.
BX.
I would make all the moves myself. I'm talking about this year we spent over 100,000 just on traveling. So I thought none of that mattered. But think about it, guys. If you're getting 1,000 to 1,500 from TikTok, you're getting another 4,000 from YouTube. You're getting another 2,000 from Facebook. You get another 1,000 from is. When you start to calculate that stuff, even if it's not that much, even if it's in the 500s, that's the starting point. That's how most of these entrepreneurs built their wealth, by having several different streams of income, right? So you got to think about it even when you're buying houses, real estate, things like that. When you buy a house, if you don't fix and flip, you're not going to really see no money. If you buy a house, fix it and rent it, you're going to see some money off of it as far as every month. But think about it. If the average rent is like $1,500 and you charging a person $2,500, but after everything, you're only making $500 off each house. You gotta literally have 10 houses to make a $5K a month. So that's why you see a lot of dudes in the real estate business. They own a lot of houses because
you gotta get like 40 units.
Yeah, you gotta get you own 40 different properties, and that's how you're gonna actually see the money with that stuff. And I thought it didn't matter. I'm like, that's ain't no money in that. Ain't no money in this. Ain't no money in that. Because I was always constantly looking like I want to be making buku bread. But I started to realize, especially now, I'm on TikTok Shop. I got a TikTok showcase. I'm making thousands of dollars off of TikTok. I'm my own affiliate to the Ripstick. I'm affiliate to other different products. So you might have 3 or 4 viral videos in a month. One might be promoting a Ripstick. One might be promoting some kind of hair product. One might be promoting this that I'm promoting right now. this tripod. Next might be a desk. You got 4 viral videos, and out of each of those, you probably made 50 to 60 sales per video. That's over 200 sales in a month. Now you're getting commission off of all of that. Next thing you know, you see a check plus your views on TikTok. So I'm telling you guys, if you sitting at home just waiting, thinking that your 9 to 5 is about to make you financially stable, you got a next thing coming. Bro, you're gonna work until you're like 60, and then once you retire, you're gonna have to get a part-time job in order to survive, or you're gonna have to move out the country. And there's nothing wrong with that. Living somewhere like Egypt on a pension, you're gonna be good. What they getting over there in Egypt?
Like probably like $300 a month.
$300 a month.
I think $500 a month. Let's look it up. Actually, let's pull it up.
Matthew Miller, what should I eat? Better not be no pork ribs. Okay, BX, I'm coming. I dropped a new video today. It gets good at 25 minutes. Yo, send the video, BX. DM me the link right now. DM me the link to my Instagram. Let's talk money later. He said he want us to critique his form. Yeah. So true, and if you buy a residential house with 80% debt, it's almost impossible to be cash flow. At least here, numbers don't lie. That's a fact. Yeah, no freaky, Matthew Miller. Eat them beef ribs. BX, let's talk money later. I have bills. I'm here. I need 100 pull-ups. What's up, fam? Bless. Layman. Buy a barn. Real proud I only have YouTube. BX ready. Critique my form. Bro, we can't find your YouTube on here. BX, we can't click on your YouTube through the chat. So you gotta figure out a way. Well, or you could send it to 718-865-2873. Text it to that number right now, and I can get the link. Text it to that number, BX. 718-865-2873. We tried to look you up, BX Ready. We not finding you at all. Because on YouTube it's not just BX Ready. If you type in BX Ready, a bunch of stuff gonna come up with dudes from the Bronx. You gotta be in the algorithm for us to type in BX Ready and for us to find you.
My fault, y'all. I was trying to get the things set up, but y'all can see right here. Average salary in Egypt. The average salary varies widely, but hovers around 9,000 to 12,000 Egyptian pounds, approximately $190 to $250 per month in 2025.
Yeah, that's nasty work. So if you in Egypt, bro, and you making $1,000, $2,000 a month, you him. What my man was saying?
Yeah,
Him.
Yeah.
You cooking it. Yeah, salaries ain't always good because remember, with salaries they can hold you overtime. You do extra work, and you on a set income. So the harder you work, it's not like your salary is gonna increase. So check it out. These guys are making $190 to $250 a month in Egypt.
You said you sent it. Where did you send it to?
You sent it to 718-865-2873. All right, my brother, we're gonna check you out. We're gonna slip off the topic real quick to critique BX Reddy's form because he been talking a lot of jive. Let me pull up my text. That's my text number, y'all. So if y'all want to lock in to 718-865-2873. Let's see. I don't see no text yet, BX. You ain't showing up. 718-865-2873. Once again, 718-865. No, I'm sorry. Oh yeah. 718-865-2873. He eating the blue bag of Suncheck. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my peanut brittle, man. I'm old school. As a Christian, what does Islam think about abundance of money? Honest and curious questions. Islam encourages it, right? Because we know paradise, right? According to the Prophet ﷺ, will be filled with a lot of people who are less fortunate. But abundance of wealth, because money means nothing, right? Money does nothing. Money doesn't care about you, but people care about money. So it's all about how you think about the money. It's totally permissible if you get your money halal and you get a whole lot of it. And what you do with the money, that's one of the most important keys. Are you going to push the religion? Are you going to use it to take care of the needy? Make sure your mother's good. Make sure your father's good. Make sure your family's good. But then the Quran also speaks about not throwing away your wealth, meaning giving your wealth to the foolish. So you're not just going to give your money to people that you know is going to constantly be in the club, smoking, drinking, blowing the bag. So BX, did you send it? Yo, what's up, bro? I tune in a lot. Salute to y'all. But why you lie on your YouTube reel saying you finished that workout in 16 minutes? I know it's just for the views, not knocking down the work. I completed it. What work you talking about?
I think you're talking about the what is it, Calico Cup, or the joint that we did last time in review for Eric Rivera.
Yeah, I did that. I completed that in 16 minutes, bro. Baki did it in about 14:38, and Khalid did it in about
14:10 or something.
14:10. The dudes that's overseas doing it now, I know they completing it in 12 minutes or so. That's not a real tough routine like that. Who's stronger, the UK ox or American ox? Well, that depends. Bro, love money. Nah. Good explanation. That's the BMW talking. Don't worry. I don't have a few. I sent it, bro. He playing. I even got the Islam text response. Alright, BX. Let I don't see you. It must be taking. I don't see no text popping up. It's wild.
Tell your man I'm finna train for 3 months and it's it. Who you talking about? You talking about me? I'm ready right now.
Yeah, it was the video by myself, right? You talking about the squats, the pull-ups, the muscle-ups that I did right outside at the HQ? Yeah, bro. I did that in 16 minutes. 16 minutes flat. And that's with me moving the camera because I was on FaceTime the whole time. So I had to keep moving the camera and it was taking me time. And I did the muscle-ups clean as possible. I'm not going to lie. A couple of the muscle-ups after the 25 pull-ups to the 5 muscle-ups was kind of kippy.
How bad though?
It wasn't bad. It was probably BX's best muscle ups. BX said he uploading 1,000 push-ups next.
Okay.
How fast you gonna do 1,000?
And I did 400 push-ups today.
Yeah.
And it was a calm set. I was mad sore.
How fast are you gonna upload? I mean, how fast are you gonna do the 1,000?
I did 500 reps yesterday with dips. So I was sore and I just took my time because I was fasting today and decided to do 400 push-ups today. 100 pull-ups.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, we coming out to the West Coast January 10th and the 11th, LA Expo. So make sure y'all be there or be square. We'll be there the 10th and the 11th. Then we're going to be in Colorado on the 24th. So we're going to be doing a little bit of running around. But we might come to New York in between the Colorado and the LA Expo. Because I might battle in Bulls competition. 20 cents a 20, yeah. We could Imam. That's kind of dumb, though. He's saying that's a light set, 20 or 20. Hamza from Brazil. May Allah bless you as well. All right, so we just going to wait. I don't know. My Texas must be running slow. Because I didn't get BX joint. But once your joint pop up, BX, I'll send it to the chat. And even if you're not on the chat no more, we'll review it so you could check it out once you get back. I don't got no other number to give you on live, or else I would have gave you a number. See, if you had Instagram, you could have hit me in a DM and I would have sent you my direct line. But since you a Bama, like the Maryland and DC boys be saying, since you a Bama, you ain't got Instagram. But I could do more and dunk on you. What your athletics looking like? Can you run with me? Yeah. Mel play ball, but he, I want to versus Young Bull for the work and the love, of course. Okay, 72-3J. 73-2J. Yeah, let me know when you're ready. Y'all take care until I see y'all reacting. We good.
Let's talk about that salary. Let's get back to the topic.
Yeah, let's get back to the topic at hand.
Because we ain't get BX. We ain't get his muscle ups. Though we was about to be able to review my man muscle ups, but I don't know. If you want, you can just use the stand on the back of it.
Yeah. Because I was gonna bring it over here, but we're gonna be using this screen, right?
Yeah. Average salary in the U.S. They're saying it's $80K.
That's a lot.
The average salary in 2023 for an individual worker was 65. You think 65 is average?
Was 65 divided by 12?
Okay, let's pull that up.
65,470 divided by 12. I think AI is taking over, and there's gonna be. I think AI is gonna touch every single industry. So the best bet is that you learn AI so that you can better handle whatever industry you're in. It's gonna eradicate some industries.
So $5,455.
So $5,455 can barely get you by in NYC right now. How much?
So you think? How many people you think actually making that though? Divided by 40.
$136 an hour? No.
No, that don't make sense.
Yeah, don't. You gotta go to chat because you gotta see how much hours it is in a whole year.
And, no. And I did a week. I'm bugging. 160. So what I said,
52
65,
weeks. 52
470.
weeks.
Boom. There we go.
$31 an hour.
How many people you know that you think is making $31 an hour?
Not a lot. Average salary for most is $80K for the person outside the demographic. It's all kinds of numbers. You know what they get? They stats from. Yeah, come on. Yo, I'm currently homeless, watching you from the shelter. I wish I knew financial. Man, bro. I'm definitely sorry to hear that. Yeah, bro. It's not even just about knowing, bro. It's also about application, because there's so many people that know but still broke. It ain't from the hood. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Cold Trust, I ain't see you in a minute, bro. Stay strong, brother. I've been learning AI like automation workflow and AI agents, thinking about starting an AI agency. Yeah, that works too. Agencies are good, but a lot of people now, or at least I would assume, they're not really messing with agencies like that. Maybe the newer entrepreneurs that don't know no better, but I'll be staying away from agencies. I'll be focused more on individuals that do the work, because these agencies be having so much different clientele, they don't focus on your business. That's why when you have somebody that's running your ads, that's an agency, bro. I've had agencies run my ads. Waste of time. Waste of time. Every day is a good day you're alive, brother. Some billionaires lost their life to violence. You still got time. Get to it, bro. Don't let anyone bring you down. Stay going. Be amazing. Story going, be amazing. Or stay strong, be amazing. I don't know what Beats was trying to say. Yeah, but salute to the bro that's in the shelter. It's not easy, bro. I know a couple of people that went through shelters. As a matter of fact, me, myself, and I mean, when I did my time in Jersey, when I came home, I had to go to like this hotel, but the hotel was a motel, Holiday Inn. Bro, this joint had all of the ex-felons in it, and we had to kind of like pay rent after a certain amount of time. Like, you had to pay rent. It was like 1-2 bathrooms on each floor, mad rooms. So I had my little room, had my little hot pot. It was like I was still in prison. It was like a halfway house almost. Salute, congratulations on your success.
Which bid was that?
That was the my sex case. And that's in Middlesex County. Love from Jersey. Salute 732.
Oh, that's crazy. You just mentioned Jersey.
Did CX show you love after that day? I said he wasn't. I saw you did a video with him. Yeah. I said it. I was like, yo, my bros was on live saying you ain't jacking me, CX. He's like, oh, don't let the. We was just talking, kicking it. Yeah. Salute to you too, bro. So a lot of people be wanting to be where I'm at, but I be wanting to be where, where somebody else is at. Not necessarily somebody, but I just want to I'm always shooting for more. And it has nothing to do with being greedy or not being comfortable, but, or content. But, we have content. We thankful. We praise God for what we got, because there's so many people that don't have, but we always try to do better. It's constant. It's just like, when I got 50 pull-ups, it wasn't enough. I wanted to do 60. And when I got 60, I wanted to do 70. So for the real ones, you saying it would be a hard sell AI agency? Possibly. Possibly not. It depends. It depends on exactly what you're getting into. But I'm telling you, anything dealing with social media, AI, bro, you gotta really, really know what you're doing.
So right now, you're fresh out of prison, and you want to make $1 million. Matter of fact, we're gonna flip the script. You just turned 21, right? That means you fully legal to be able to do any and everything that you want to be able to do in this society, right? Meaning you don't need your parents or nothing. At that point, you probably finished high school, maybe you started college, maybe you got your associates, whatever. What do you do right now to try to make $1 million?
Well, I would definitely do online. I would look more so I probably would have started something in the drop shipping field. I'm noticing that works well. So, for example, it's many ways to skin a cat. You got clippers that's making $20,000 a month. You got other people that's just stealing other people's content that's making $20,000 a month. You got other people that's just researching winning products and adding them to their website after they find the manufacturer. They never touch the product. They drive
Text.
Yeah, they drive sales. They drive sales to their website. Every time they make the sale, they get it shipped over and they pay the people. You know, it's drop shipping. It's just, bro, it's put that snack down. What is it? I don't know. What's GNG?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's many ways to skin a cat. Like, so if you were doing that route, I would say drop shipping is like the best bet. But doing what I did is the tough route. The reason why it's the tough route is because I decided to sell a physical product. And one of the ways I realized later on down the line, even though YouTube was, when I had 500, 600,000 followers on subscribers on YouTube, I was getting sometimes $300 as a paycheck, bro. And I couldn't understand it. But then I came to terms and realized that they were paying me because shorts didn't mean nothing. You know what I mean? They were giving me the views and giving me the subscribers, but they wasn't paying me no money because the shorts couldn't have ads on them. So I was getting $300 check. If I got an $800 check, I was like, okay, we lit. I think the max I made off on YouTube was maybe 3K. And that was when I had a long video. So, you know, later on learning about evergreen content, entertaining content, and teaching content, and which one you should get involved in to really make the bag on YouTube, you know, came years later. That's why you see a lot of fitness influencers moving out the country, because you cannot survive off of YouTube income. It's just not working. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the reality of it. But I'm 21, bro. You know how many times you have a chance to fail before you win? Now, this is my first business, Rip Right? And for it to go from 0 to 50K in the first year, which is not even a half a year. Like, matter of fact, I started in April. So yeah, you can say that. In like a half a year to gain profit was definitely amazing. But a lot of businesses fail, especially within that first 5-year mark. We outside of the 5-year mark, but bro, that joint wasn't easy. That joint was tough. And I learned that from just looking at people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and all of these millionaires and billionaires. Each and every last one of them went through a phase where they had to make a crucial decision, or their business was on the brink of the pit of the fire. Like they business was about to plummet. You know what I'm saying? And they made a decision, and that changed the dynamics of their business. So we've had that situation in Rip Right already. So I think right now we're like this. You know what I mean? And it's time to get the business to where it needs to go, and perhaps sell if needed. Because that's what most millionaires and billionaires are doing. They're building up these businesses and these branches. They buy something like Smart Water?
Facts.
Vitamin water. Then they sell it back for double, triple, quadruple. And they just keep it pushing. They buy a 1% of the NBA team, sell it back, and then make all this money. And it's like, bro, that's the name of the game. I'm not saying like I would sell Rip Right. I was talking to one of my peoples about that. Because if you ask ChatGPT how much Rip Right LLC is worth right now, he's going to tell you like 10 million. And you
Send
gotta,
that.
You gotta think about.
Send that 10.
You gotta think about.
Need that.
See, like people don't really understand how much money, you know, the
I'm gonna blow an M the first day.
Yeah, the LLC is actually making every month.
No, I'm just joking.
So when you have that kind of paperwork and those stats, and you're pitching a company like Nike, Adidas, or these million and billion dollar companies, when they get a hold of a company that's making that type of money and have that type of fan base and following, just like Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook, when he brought Instagram was blowing up, and the first thing he said was,
"Yo, give me that.
Let me get that." Brought it for $1 million. I'll never forget it. When I heard about it, I was locked up.
You said $1 million?
Yeah.
No, we're gonna have to look it up.
Mark Zuckerberg brought Instagram for $1 million, bro. Instagram had just popped off.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet?
It was probably $1 billion, maybe.
Let's gamble. Let's gamble.
How much?
How much did he putting it on the chat right now? He's not. I don't know. It's not on the screen. I don't know why he didn't just leave the screen up. No, go ahead. How much did? Don't put Meta. How much did Mark Zuckerberg? Let's pull up the chat GPT.
All right, go.
Yeah. See. Hey, chat. How much did Mark Zuckerberg buy Instagram for?
Mike Zuckerberg, or more specifically Facebook, bought Instagram for about $1 billion.
Oh, $1 billion! Damn!
I told you. $1 billion.
Back in when? When did he do that?
2012.
2012.
Probably. Yeah, probably between 2010 and 2012. But I think it was probably 2012.
When did Instagram start?
Yeah, so that big buy happened in 2012.
I told you, bro. I do this. I study this.
And when did Instagram start? Because this.
Oh, you definitely know your stuff. Instagram got its start back in 2010.
I does this. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah. Instagram started in 2010 and made $1 billion in 2 years.
Yeah, and he was forced into selling it. He didn't sell it because he wanted to. Facebook, yeah, they grabbed his arm and was like, "Be that."
So that means, I was locked up.
I told you wildin'. You said $1 million, bro. $1 million.
Yeah, I said 1 million. It was 1 billion. I messed up with the M and the B.
That's a big difference. Yeah,
Yo,
that's a big difference, bro.
Nah, salute. Thanks for hitting the chat. 1 billion to 1 million. So Mark Zuckerberg paid $1 billion. I remember when I heard it. I was in the can. When I heard it. Dang, that's a lot of bread. So my thing is this: if somebody
that's a lot, bro.
But if somebody's offering you $1 billion for your company
that you probably feel like it's worth 2 or 3 billion, why would you want to do that?
What you mean? Why would I want to do that? He was forced into do it. How was he forced into it?
He was forced into it. They had some kind of partnership deal. I don't remember the details on this. Was a while ago.
Partnership deal. Take this $1 billion and go on about your business and start.
Bro, he knew what he had, bro. Instagram ended up becoming more popular than Facebook. How many young people you know running around with Facebook nowadays?
Yeah.
Barely, bro. It's Instagram.
It's not even Instagram for the youngins. It's TikTok. I remember when.
Bro, TikTok is new, but Instagram is still a staple. You got a TikTok? Yeah, but you got an Instagram. You don't just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have a let's see.
Yo, salute. Yeah. We've been working on that slow muscle for a long time, my boy. Yeah, but a lot of people don't be wanting to sell their business because their business is their baby. And I don't think he didn't want to sell it because he felt like it was worth more. I think he didn't want to sell it because it was his baby. And that be the problem. No, Facebook still has more total users. Thank you. Around 3 billion. Then Instagram around 2 to 3 billion. Yes, Facebook is litty 150.
All right.
And right
so,
now, Facebook.
So look, they said that, let's just say 3 billion. We're gonna go with the solid numbers, no freaky. So 3 billion, and Instagram has 2 to 3 billion, right? So basically the same. So he sold a company. He was forced to sell a company that ended up basically growing to be almost the same size as the company that bought him. He could have basically been the same level as Facebook.
Yeah, but the thing is, it probably would have took longer.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah,
Bro, Instagram was popping. Let's see, how many active users?
Nah. How many active users did Instagram have in 2012 when it was sold?
Yeah, so around the time Instagram was bought in 2012, it had roughly 30 million users. It's kind of crazy.
That's nuts.
30 million?
Okay, and at that time, how many users did Facebook have?
Yeah, so
100.
back in 2012.
Shit,
Yeah,
yo.
it is.
You hear what chat saying?
I'm definitely hearing you. It's pretty cool to dive into these numbers and just see how huge these platforms were even back then. Keep those fun facts coming.
Alright. How many users in 2012 did Facebook have?
Yeah, so in 2012, Facebook was already a giant. It had somewhere around 1 billion users by the time they picked up Instagram, which is a pretty huge scale.
He swear he know.
Alright.
Yo, chat, this dude swear he know what he know. He messed up on that.
I messed up on that.
Hey, I'm always here to fill in the blanks. Sometimes those little details slip through, but we got it sorted. Just keep the questions coming.
Yeah, will do.
Awesome.
Yo.
Sounds
That's his best friend. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah, chat, my man. I just unsubscribed to chat because chat was taking my money like $20 a month.
Yo, so you know what's crazy though? Think about that. Instagram they already had 1 billion, and Instagram only grew to 3 billion. Not saying that's not a lot, but they only grew to 3 billion in what, 13 years, going on 14 years, and Instagram went from 30 million to 3 billion.
Yeah.
Come on, that's crazy.
Not really, because you gotta think about it. It's something new, bro.
It's not new anymore.
Yeah, but it was newer than Facebook. It's something new. That's just like TikTok. Let's see how many users TikTok got. Let's see. Hey, yo, chat, how many active users do TikTok have? Hurry up.
See, numbers speak for themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. So to give you a quick answer, as of the latest numbers in 2024, TikTok has over 1 billion active users. It's a huge number, and it's definitely a platform that's grown like crazy. So there you go.
When did TikTok start, and when they started, how many users they had in the first year?
Yeah, absolutely. So TikTok kind of emerged globally around 2018 after merging with another app called Musical.ly. And in that first year or so, they actually gained tens of millions of users pretty quickly. It wasn't at the billion mark right away, but it grew fast and just kept skyrocketing from there.
TikTok cheated because they was not, when I say cheated, they didn't cheat, but they was Musical.ly, which is that whole dancing aspect. My sister used to do that.
Yeah.
As a little kid,
Yeah,
she used
that's
to do
why
that.
I never got on TikTok, because I used to see the
It
video.
was all dancing and all that.
Yeah,
in the
I used to
beginning.
be like,
dancing
yo,
and
what's-
music. It was Musical.ly. It looked like TikTok, but it was a little more like it was like specifically music driven. And then TikTok started to become something else, but it still was music dancing driven. Because
Absolutely.
Musical.ly probably was like
TikTok.
2015.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, Musical.ly was around a bit earlier, like 2014, 2015. And then when TikTok took over and merged in 2018, it just took that whole music and dancing vibe and expanded it into this huge all-in-one creative platform. So yeah, it definitely had a head start.
I know what I know, chat. I know what I know.
Absolutely. You're on top of it. It's always fun chatting with someone who knows their stuff. Keep it coming.
Thank you, chat.
Yo, stop talking about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he married Aisha and Google this. Yo, they be mad thirsty. So true, I actually bought an electric company.
Yeah, I get it. It's definitely...
All right, chat. All right, that's it. You want to get into this with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Nah, we're gonna say that for tomorrow. We're gonna say that to tomorrow.
Yo, should we?
Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I got some stuff that I want to pull up, but we just gonna kind of keep it on the topic of business a little bit.
All right,
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So we're gonna talk about Aisha was 6 years old when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam married her. We're gonna do a chat tomorrow. What time we doing the chat tomorrow?
Right after Isha.
Alright, so we're gonna try to start it up.
I'm gonna eat before that. Oh,
and we're gonna try to.
Yeah, I'm gonna shower and eat before we go to the masjid for Isha.
Yeah, we're gonna get into all of that. We definitely gotta go into a little depth about my case as well. More depth.
We're gonna do a specific YouTube video on that though.
Yeah, because I want a whole joint with get the workout and all that stuff. But then I also want to do another one. I'm gonna just do one with each of my different cases. Actually, I gotta go do some digging. I might have to go to my mom's crib too in the garage for one or two of those cases. I think. I should have something here, but we're gonna go in depth. Yo, I just hit 500 push-ups. Any tips or recovery tips for your wrist? Yeah. Do your push-ups on your knuckles, brother, or get a bar. That way, get a push-up bar. That way you ain't killing your wrist. I knew somebody, he did not do no push-ups on his palms whatsoever. Everything was fist. Hey Rip, how do you feel about health insurance, life insurance, etc. since we know riba is haram? Subhanallah.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Alright guys, we lost y'all for a little bit, but we'll be back.
I still don't hear it yet. Alright, we should be good, but I still don't hear it.
Yeah, we need everything that's on there. It should be only 2 devices on there.
Right now it's only one. Yeah, we good. Yep.
My device and the Mac, right?
Okay, 2 then. Yeah, we back. So, what was you saying?
Now let's talk about the interest. Some people think that, the Muslims think that if they have a debit card that they are not dealing in interest. But it still falls within the bounds of interest because the debit card is connected with the bank. Your money is in the bank. The bank is loaning out your money and receiving interest. Riba. Doesn't matter. Some of the ulama, they mention about if it's a hajj, right? If it's a need, a necessity, can you do it? Bro. So some people say, well, you don't need a house. Can't hear.
I can hear. You sure you don't have your volume down?
So
I'm watching this. I'm watching everything. I got 3 screens up right now. And I'm also have the same view experience as y'all. So
no audio muted. How you can hear us, but they can't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm watching this on YouTube.
Plug the mics out.
I still hear myself completely fine.
That's a fact. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-Ghani. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, okay, you're fine.
All right, guys. One more check. Testing. How is the audio?
I heard that the thing tweeting notification for Shopify.
So so at the end of the day, this is my take on living in a non-Islamic country that's dealing with riba. I think it's a necessity. I
Just heard you say the testing.
I think that you're gonna have to. You need health insurance. It's impossible. You break your leg, you're not gonna be able to afford health care. Health insurance is haram in Islam because it's riba. It deals with interest. You can't drive around without car insurance. You need car insurance. Some people are living in places where you absolutely need a car and you can't afford to buy a car outright.
Which is most places in the US because you need a car. There's no buses, there's no trains, there's barely Ubers where we live. So,
bro, we almost missed a plane one time.
Multiple times.
Yeah, because the time we booked our flight, we couldn't get an Uber. But that's neither here nor there. But check this scenario. Some people. Yo, what's
Somebody
good, bro?
said they could hear already, so maybe it's you, bro.
I done tea that. Yo, on. Yo, that's my step pops, man. Long time, man. Well, we had busted up too the other day. Yo, so what I was saying about the insurance, you need it, bro. It's almost impossible. You can say I'm never gonna buy a house, I'm gonna rent. The person you're renting for has purchased this house, and you're giving that person the rent money, and guess what he's using that rent money for?
To pay his mortgage.
Yeah, salute Dante. He's paying his mortgage. So in 30 years, when his house is paid off, and he has a crib, and you got old and broken down, and you trying to retire, and now your rent is up.
You pay somebody else's mortgage.
It happened to my man. And and the blessing is that my man got like 2 or 3 brothers, and the father fell ill, had a serious complication, and then the mother fell ill with cancer, serious complications, and they was damn near out on the street. But the brothers, one is a fireman, the next one working for a luxury car dealership. The next one is construction. They was able to come together, get their parents in a little spot, whether they paying rent or not, and deal with the situation. So you know what I mean? You all because they were saying, they were saying, I'm not buying a house. We're not gonna do any riba. So for 30, 40 years they was renting. So it's like, what if they didn't have those kids that grew up to be good to their parents? You get what I'm saying? So you would have been in a situation, the parents would have been in a very, very serious situation, and they still was, but thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they had the right children to come through and save them from that. So I'm gonna say just like this, bro. Nobody wants to constantly be in riba, dealing in interest. Interest does not benefit us. It benefits the people that have the system going,
Right.
whoever they may be. So a person is not saying, I'm just buying a house so I can just get into some interest.
Yeah, I want to just pay some interest. Nobody says that.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I'm not telling you to do it. All I'm saying is, bro, in 30, 40 years, when you broken down, if you don't own a crib, right now there are millions of people from the UK, the US, all over the world living in their cars. Not lazy people, not people who don't, care about life, who drink and smoke and party like rock stars. We're talking about hard working people. and they're living in their cars, still going to work, stopping at Walmart, taking a shower at Planet Fitness, bro, doing Uber back and forth, saving up, truck, just forced. Affordable housing crisis is real. Trump's pushing 50-year mortgages. I'm good. Yeah, bro, it's tough. It's not easy. Like building getting into a place where there's no HOA. Estimates vary, but hundreds of thousands of Americans live in their vehicles, with figures ranging from over 100,000 to potentially 200,000 or more, as it's the fastest growing segment of homelessness driven by high housing costs. Though exact counts are difficult due to the hidden nature of this population, HUD data suggests roughly 20 to 30% of the unsheltered homeless, around 45,000 to 75 to 67,000, live in cars, but other sources point to much higher numbers, with some suggesting up to 40% of homeless individuals live in vehicles. Bro,
let that sink in.
Bro, living in your car is real. Now you got Skid Row in Cali. Bunch of homeless people, tents and shelters out there. Now you got RVs and cars and trucks and people just lined up, living in their whip. Not because they want to be on no adventure and wake up in this state and wake up in that state. Bro, it's real. Sometimes you just gotta beat the system. Skid Row in Los Angeles has a fluctuating homeless population with estimates ranging widely, but recent official counts from 2024 place around 3,791. So 3,791 people experiencing homelessness, including over 2,100 unsheltered, while other sources suggest figures closer to 9,000 and 10,000 in the 50 block area.
50 block radius, that's crazy.
Making it one of the nation's densest concentrations of homelessness. Yo, bro, it is real out here. So you definitely just gotta be grateful about your situation and your circumstance. I'm not telling anybody to go out and commit interest. I'm telling you, weigh your options. The Salaf, the predecessors used to say, the wise man is not he who can see good from evil, but he who can see good from two evils. Which one is the lesser of the two evils?
I know.
If both of them is evil. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's crazy.
Bro, you know how cold it get in New York?
Yeah.
How cold it get in Chicago? How cold it get in some of these places? Man, you outside, all your fingertips, your toes, and then you just out there. Some people, yeah, rent is high, bro. Rent is high. Rent is high. Everything is going up. Bro, $30 an hour, making $5,000 a month. Bro, you barely, and figure this out. People are still buying stuff they don't need. And guess what they're going to do on the 24th and the 25th? They're going to lie to their kids and tell their kids that some fat dude in a red clown garment done got down the chimney. Nigga, listen, I'll be damned.
Look how many people died.
My mom's used to bring the gifts right inside and let us see them. Ain't no fat cat slide down this damn chimney about to take credit.
Yeah,
Mama was working.
That's how Lance moved too.
Yeah, now we coming in, you seeing what's going on. You might not be able to see exactly what you got. You might wrap them up, They got to a point, man, they ain't even wrap them up no more. We wasn't doing no trees. It was just like 12 o'clock, midnight.
Yeah.
Ta-da! Yeah, government spending, inflation, you name it. What is it gonna say?
How many people died during homelessness? Hundreds of thousands of people died or experienced homelessness in the U.S. Annually, with estimates ranging from tens of thousands nationally, 7,500 to 46,000. That's
There was
unbelievable.
17,000.
Or 17,000 up to 46,000 in 2018. That's disgusting. To specific city data showing thousands of deaths, like LA's 2,500 in 2023, as homelessness drastically increases mortality risk by over 3.5 times, with elderly deaths often caused by treatable conditions, violence, or exposure, highlighting a major public health crisis.
Yeah, so people dying in the streets, bro.
Literally in the street.
Yeah. How many? Let's and let's talk about the dudes that's homeless. That when the winter is coming, they try to go to the can.
That's a fact. They go to jail because they're gonna get 3 hots in a cot.
They going to
3 hots in
they
a cot.
catching a little quick bit to go to prison. Yo, bro.
You heard about the dude with like who done been to jail like 40 times or something like that?
This
But like, yeah, like petty crimes. It was in New York. He was locked up for petty crimes, like I don't know, stealing some honey buns or something like that.
yeah, and he gonna go in there like
He like, yo, it's winter. Alright, I just got rocked off for about 4 months.
yo, bro.
Yo,
Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty.
sleeping on a train.
It's nasty, y'all. So clearly, making $1 million is not easy.
Nah,
If
not
it
at
was,
all.
everybody would. I heard somebody just come through and say, "Yo, I'm making $20 an hour." What? And I'm not downplaying nobody that's making $20 an hour. Hear what I'm saying? Once you start to realize what the cost of living is, you're gonna realize that $20 an hour is a poppy show. A joke thing that, yo,
Read that.
how much money does the average person make in a lifetime? 1.7 to $2 million.
In a lifetime.
Yee. Hey, okay, what's the lifespan? What is the average lifespan of a man and a
It's-
woman? 73? Let's break that down. Yeah, you know it's bad when getting locked up is better than being free, but it's been like that for a minute. A lot of people, bro. A lot of people. And then you got professional beggars, people that's not really in a situation, and they making thousands. The global average life expectancy is around 73 years as of 2023. A significant increase from 32 in 1900, though it dipped during the pandemic and is recovering. In the U.S., 2023, it's about 28.4 years, up from 2022, with females living longer, around 81.1. Why you think?
wait.
Why you think females is living longer?
Oh, because females ain't really in the field like that. I think that's one of the biggest reasons. Females aren't like they usually are not the ones to go to war. They're not doing manual labor, like construction and all kind of stuff. More oil rigs and all of that. All them stuff, them jobs done by men.
Yeah.
Even one of the things that affects scientifically that affects whether a man has a boy or girl is, how can I say, it's basically I forgot what the scientific term is, but basically it's the kind of danger that the man is in.
Yeah.
So it kind of it goes to say that's why they say a lot of military men globally don't have as many boys. Most of them have girls.
Yeah.
There's
I
some
think
kind
that
of
the
a
men-
chemical reaction
I think-
inside of you that happens based upon I guess your like your fear and your, you know what I mean?
Anxiety.
Yeah,
I think men die earlier than women.
because they're devils. They just want to just do whatever. Or just
No, I just think that I think stress kills, man. And
yeah, but it is stressful when you gotta wake up in the morning and go work a 16-hour shift and your shorty talking about yo, come relax with me.
Not
Come watch
even
this
that.
this reality TV
I
show.
think they might stress you out more than going to war. Yeah, that's why that stress be
You
frying.
don't never spend no time with me. I know you just work 16 hours, but you gotta give me 8 more.
Yeah,
You're like, shorty, it's only 24 in a day.
yeah, that stress definitely age. It ages you. Look, your boy, entrepreneur lifestyle. Nah, but that's wild. But definitely rather, especially with your first child, having a boy than a girl. You never want the girl to be the oldest. Not saying you never, but it's always good. Because if you look at most households with no men, and I'm talking about these deadbeats that seeing their kids once or twice a month. They not doing nothing for their children. They running around hoeing. They sleeping with every single female that they see. Bro, that ain't no real man. You not raising no men or no good women with dudes like that. Some military personnel, especially submariners and pilots in high stress roles, tend to have slightly more daughters. The white sperm, huh? Yeah. Bro. One thing I'm gonna tell y'all, do not go to prison.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. I just remember. So when they started talking about the life expectancy and what it used to be, if you've ever looked at a graph or you've done some research and you start talking about, yo, you know, this particular person, they was getting married at 14 and 15 and 10 and 9, etc. And you start looking at, oh, the life expectancy was 50 years old, 45, 40. By the time you 20, you done live half your life already. Nowadays, people be looking at like, nah, you know, you got so much more life to live because you thinking that you're going to live till you 70 years old.
Yeah, 70, 80, yeah.
Yeah.
And at 40, if you live to be 80, you already lived half.
Exactly. So now you looking like, damn, you know, so if you 20 and you live to 60, you got 2 more of your lifetimes to live. Versus if the life expectancy is 40, right? Now you looking like, oh, snap. At 20 years old, it's half.
Yeah, they said the life expectancy was 32 in the 1990s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
32.
So what you think it was 1,400 years ago?
Yeah.
Dudes wasn't living into their 70s and 80s. I'm not saying that there wasn't a few here and there, but come on, that wasn't the average. We got medicine, we got AC and heating and...
Yeah, the prophet died at 63.
Yeah, it happened for sure, but it wasn't the norm. Think about it, yo, people dying from a toothache. What's gonna happen? Somebody come out dying from pain. Somebody could knock your tooth out. That's the only way to fix it. Is to knock it out.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yo, bro. People thinking, I got a little toothache. I'm gonna just take a Tylenol. I'm gonna go to the dentist.
A Negro died from a toothache. Yo, it's bad. Yo, that's cat. Literally. Nigga like. and then croak. Yo, that's nasty word. Yo, bro. If a nigga die from a toothache, that's that. What my man Hakeem at? That's nasty, son. Nah, that's bad business.
Bro,
Yeah,
The
so
the
that's
reality of life situations.
I didn't
from now
know.
and
I
then
thought they
is
was living.
bad.
I thought they was living longer back then.
Nah, bro. It was a certain time period, but when you start talking about 500, 1,000 years ago and all that, bro, he was not living that long, bro.
Yeah, you're right because I know during the time of the prophet Noah, alayhi salatu wasalam, Noah was given. He was calling to the religion for like 900 something years. So I guess just the times was different because they was tall too. Some of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to think about like how many generations like of humans that you know what I mean have different climates and different things that could affect our living.
Yeah.
And right now, so we're in a very pretty good situation when it comes to living and life expectancy and all that. She was 80.
My mom is 72, 73.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think my wife grandma's is in the 80s.
I was just talking to my bro at the masjid. His pops died 30 years ago. And his mom's just reminding him, like, yo, your pops died 30 years ago? He like, dang, 30 years ago? I didn't even realize. She like, yeah. She 80. 79, 80. You know what I mean? When you die in those ages, it's not saying people don't be sad.
But it just, like, damn, he really lived his life. He lived his life. She lived her life.
And 80 years ain't nothing.
Bro.
I did a 40 piece already, bro.
Bro, we talk about, World War II and the effects of that. World War II was the 40s. That was 80 years ago. We ain't even make it 100 years since then. And we still have people living who fought in, World War II.
Yeah.
People that's, it's not a lot of them, but still you'd be like, yeah, I fought in World War II. Bro, not that much. A lot has changed. Yeah. Think about that, like highways and all that. The U.S. didn't have highways. A lot of people don't even know. One of the main reasons that the U.S. kind of built up the highways they did is because of the military being able to move stuff back and forth throughout the country. It wasn't so that people could just get in their car and just go, cruising downtown or what?
From West Bubble to here.
Yeah, like cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Yeah,
it wasn't doing that.
Yeah, that's why they got so much rules now. And then you got the UCC laws. Something, no, I can drive without a license, and I can do this.
Nah, see, people be thinking that, it's just so great, and there is some goodness, some things great. But come on, man, you got to realize that we don't just got it great, we got it awesome compared to, we got windows. We got hurricane windows, son.
Yeah, we got hurricane windows.
Yo, that's crazy. Think about when it was a hurricane, and it was a storm, a regular thunderstorm, and you outside and you in the tent. Yeah, people want to talk about Florida. Yo, Florida used to be underwater, basically.
Yo, bro.
They drained Florida. It was the swamp.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We had 3, I think, storms here. We grateful. We got a decent brick. This is brick and mortar here. This house. It's not like the new houses you see. They making it
just like paper.
Bro, they making them houses like that now because
so the insurance could come in just cook your house. Yo,
in Texas and all them places, them houses is done. This house, I'm talking about almost even the walls inside is like sheetrock, but it's also like somehow they even added concrete in between. This is an older house, but bro, this joint is sturdy, like the YNs be saying. This joint is sturdy, bro.
Sturdy.
Yeah, this joint is sturdy. But clearly, we went left field, but
all that drink kind of ties into one because
because how you making $1 million, you only living to be 32.
Facts.
You're gonna get married at about 15. You got 15 more years. If you're a shorty, you're going the next 5 years you're gonna be pregnant.
Yeah, people be thinking,
They said that the people was dying at 32. That's nasty.
And whatever that number 2 is, as a black man, you gotta drop that number because dudes was slaves.
Yeah.
Dudes was getting no health care. Period.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we was getting our teeth stolen out our mouths.
Yo, bro, I wish I could put this on the screen. This one.
Text it to me, I can.
Yeah, this was.
Text it to the other number.
Which one?
Text.
Yo, bro, y'all gotta see that. Y'all gotta see that. You know, you gotta put this on the screen. This is this one right here. This is for the YNs. That want to walk around, and I'm yeah, put that on the Skriz Nagi. LN.
Yeah, what's going on with this? Yeah.
It's on the screen?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
This is on the screen too?
Yeah, it's on the screen.
This too?
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Okay. It says, scroll up a little bit, let me see. Check this.
Can't scroll it.
Can you move it down? Is that the whole photo? Yeah, that's the whole photo. It says, look guys, homosexuality has been around for centuries. In slavery, the term buck breaking was the practice of using sexual violence in punishment for the slave men. Once a plantation owner violates the black man, he then turned around and used it as a way to control the slave. Before the slave was sold off, he would sag his pants to let the next master know that the slave had already been broken in. Broken in. Bro, and you know what type of breaking in we talking about? This went on for centuries. Once the slave was introduced to the penitentiaries and jailhouses, the warden would already know who was buck broken from the sagging of the pants. Some of the jail wardens were homosexuals as well. Sagging is derived from the N-word spelled backwards. Sagging, Saggin. Spelled forward is Niggas. Many of today's youth doesn't fully understand the term sagging, but for those who does, they know that sagging is an invitation or expression that, hey, I'm available. Bros, listen up, man. I don't even show, like, as a Muslim, you can't show in between your belly button and your knees. Like, if y'all seen this one post Dion did with me, they was all up on me. You see that?
Nah.
No freaky. Want to see, yo, let me see your legs, yo, show the calves, yo.
That's a crazy statement to ask a man to show his legs. That's unbelievable.
Bro.
Let me see your legs.
Blow, them rolling them. I had to tell him, like, nah, it's where it stop at. You only can see the knees.
This is where it stop at is crazy.
This is where it stops, brother. You know, I think showing your legs.
Yeah, drop. Okay, we come back. We good. Let me see if we good. I don't hear nothing yet. Yeah, we good.
Yeah, Tech, don't feel bad. We was once there. I had my pants sagging, and you know they used to talk about that in prison. They used to talk about dudes used to sag their pants in prison and let you know, yo, I'm selling something. You know what I mean? So it's dangerous. Alhamdulillah for Islam was Sunnah and the Sunnah, bro. It's nasty work. So like for the YNs out there, especially for the old heads, walking around with masks on and they pants sagging, you showing. Come on, bro. Like, fix up, man. Tighten up. That's nasty work. You too old. Like y'all got sons and daughters. Y'all gotta be an example, man. You know what I'm saying? If not, you on buck breaking time, son. Buck breaking. So just imagine how it was to be a slave and to buck the system. They would buck or break you. Have you tried to buck the system?
Look at the way he holding him though.
Yeah, that might be an AI generated joint. It's nasty. Do men with high testosterone have more daughters? Oh, that was the joint after.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're gonna get into a real deep dive into live. It's a touchy situation, but I think that we definitely qualified to be speaking about that. I mean, me personally, because I've had and Mel too, I would say, you know, Mel's a younger guy, but I'm just talking about
Yeah, bro, that's crazy.
me being through that situation, bro, was devastating. Bro, being locked up for a sex crime is not, bro. You'd rather be in there for murder because you could wear murder on your sleeve.
Yeah, it's almost kind of something to be proud about, almost.
Yeah.
Not as an individual, but that's how other people carry it. Like, yo, word, you ain't for a body?
Yeah, nah, I'm too. I just watched the skit where it said, "Yo, Wyans love prison."
Oh yeah, the one where he was like, "Yo, so they just gave me 30." That joke?
Nah, not even that one.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about, right? When his man called on the jail.
Much love, much love. Yeah, we got these kufis online. Hey, hopefully we can talk about the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And sometimes I look at the hadith and the Quran verses and I'm left speechless and confused, but I usually don't try to listen to the ignorant people about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that, bro. We're going to talk about all of that. The age that he married Aisha radiallahu anha. As far as the exact age, I don't know what's a strong hadith or what a weak hadith is. But we can get into it. Some people have tried to make it seem like Aisha radiallahu anha was 19, which is possible. And they came with some proofs and evidences. But I would have to ask Mufti, who's he's a master in hadith, to verify how they dealt with the ages and the times and stuff like that.
Sometimes I think even more than just breaking that down, I just think that people need to keep it fair, right? Meaning, if you feel this way about this, if the same applies, then it should fly there. You know what I mean? You can't pick and choose. And I think that kind of is the biggest reason why, you know, people are ill-informed about their own religion or their own beliefs or things that they co-sign. See what I'm saying? And they just kind of like pick and choose as to, you know, what it is. You know, when it comes down to whether it be these holidays or, you know what I mean? Or deciding with, you know, with Muslims, whether, you know, the Muslims, the women cover, etc. And the men should, you know, dress appropriate too and cover up, which is also a misconception. But I just think that people just be ill-informed. If they just knew how many people, you know, in their Bible actually just married off to some young girl or had multiple wives, they would just be left speechless. Flabbergasted. And it's a fact. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's different. Strokes are different.
Man, it was a different time period, man. Back in the day, listen, we can't fathom some of the things that people had to go through just 100 years ago, 200 years ago. So who are we, just the common folk, to quote unquote try to break down and tell people how they're supposed to live, 1,000 years ago?
That's a good point. He said, yo, they didn't exactly have calendars back then. People tend to forget that her age was told to her by her family, not exactly confirmed by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, are part of revelation. Yeah, which is true. Yeah, but it's still just how things were back then as well.
Man, that's a different time period.
Because even now in Saudi, if you hit a certain age, 24, 25, and you're not married, you like damaged goods. If you had a kid and they got divorced,
big problem.
It was definitely like, you're never going to get married. No Saudi man is ever going to marry you, not even the poorest of them. You know what I'm saying? So for us over here, we see a female, you got one kid? You only been married one? Only been with one man?
No problem.
Auntie.
You was a gem.
Yeah, you heard. So it's just a different mentality in these different countries.
Also remarrying too. In the US, there's mad people married multiple times or never been married, but they've been with 10 different partners, 15 different partners. And on a good side, but you know what I mean, according to that standard, yo, you meet a chick or a dude that's only been with 3 people in their life, you're like, oh, they 25 or 30, you like, damn. So I think that's just a different culture. It's different lifestyle.
Yeah, we see the state of Delaware had marriage age at 7 years old back in the 1800s. We can't judge other time and situations based on our current present day way of living. It's called the fallacy of what's that? Presentism. Oh, my man, Noble_1 is kicking some.
Bro, that's a fact. That's a fact. You just gotta look at it for what it is.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yo, just even think about the way we communicate. Like when we had that conversation in the car the other day, and we talked. Not even that was in the car. That wasn't in the car. That was here. We talked about the maps.
Yeah, the
Bro,
maps was nasty.
That was not even that long ago.
That wasn't long ago when you had to pull the map out to see where you were going. MapQuest, and there was no GPS or yo, bro, that joint was rough. You in a truck and you can't go on the parkway. You know what I mean? Yeah, that joint was nasty work.
Bro, the people gotta, like you said,
My man was telling me about that MapQuest.
them times is different from these times. You know what I mean? And years from now, who knows? Maybe the life expectancy go up to 120 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they gonna be sitting there talking about, yo,
you married at 25?
Yeah,
you got a skin charge.
Yeah, all kind of wild, crazy stuff. That wasn't even really too much of a concept back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain things just didn't happen. You know what I mean? There's a lot more people nowadays. Is not as like a tight-knit community like it used to be.
And you know how I know some people look at things a lot different now, especially men who have daughters. And what I've noticed is those same men
was out here wilding.
They was whores.
It was wild.
Bro, they was jumping on everybody, daughter and sister. So you got to think about it. It's just be wild, But alhamdulillah.
Yeah, this is can bring the way of back then into this sick society. That's a fact. Yeah. Think about it as a community, and it's a community of 100 people. All of us know each other. All of us know the mother, the father, the grandfather. I know your lineage, right? I know where your peoples is buried at. You know what I mean? So, you gonna marry my daughter, or whatever it is, or you know what I mean? Or my daughter, my son gonna marry. It's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, incest was halal at one time, right? That's how Cain and Abel got into the disputing, and one killed the other because Adam and Eve was having twins every time she gave birth. Son and daughter, and the son and daughter would marry from this group to that group, and that's how the population started, right? But yes, it's deep, no freaky. It's deep, but I'll tell you one thing.
$1 million. It wasn't even 1 million people. You know what I mean? At one point in time, talking about $1 million. Yo, the world population has exploded in the last 100 years. Yeah, that's crazy.
Exploded ain't the word. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's my man? Who that? Two the peso?
You was born in 85, right?
Yeah, I was born in 85. I wonder how old my mom was when she got married. Or when she lost her virginity. I want to think about their moms being cooked. Yo.
Bro, this dude is 5, but the population nearly doubled since you've been alive. In 40 years.
What was the age of marriage back then in 85? Alexander the Great was 17 or so at the time of his death after conquering most of the known world. But today we got 30-year-old in their mom's basement. Damn.
That's a fact.
Alexander the Great was only 17 when he died.
I thought he was a little bit older than that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Brother,
I thought he
I
was
had
in the
shoulder
early
pain
20s.
since 3 years from wrestling and wrong training techniques. My shoulder is clinking and burning in the whole arm. Bro, I will not lie to you. Even though this one is pink, it doesn't matter the color. They all do the same thing. Get you a ripstick and use the ripstick program. And I'm talking about come back to me in a month.
What you told me to look up again?
What was the average age of marriage in 1985? Bro, I'm telling you, that's not a sales pitch. It's something I believe in that I use on a regular. The ripstick, brother. I can guarantee you.
You said the year is 185?
Yes. That joint is gonna bulletproof that shoulder.
I done misspelled it.
Wow.
Okay, 25 for men, 23 for women.
25 for men. The average age was 25 for men and 23 for women. Put the age, the average.
Look at that, how that increased just since he been alive.
30 for men and 28 for women.
It's crazy. And just since you've been alive, look how that increased.
Yeah, like some odd years.
So now if you do that a couple times, now you start getting it 20 and 15.
You got the ripstick already? Look up mid 20th century. Look up mid 20th century. I didn't know Alexander the Great was MVP. What you mean? I don't have any power more in the arm. I can't hold the arm for just 1 minute. What do you mean you can't hold the arm for just 1 minute? Bro, get the ripstick if you say you already have it. Use the light bands. Open as wide as you could. And max until you can. If it's for 1 minute, 1 minute max it.
What year he said again?
The mid 20th century. You saying,
Yeah,
brother?
this screen is mad far away. I cannot see what I'm typing.
It says I don't have. Bring it towards you.
What is that? Oh, there we go. There we go.
If you all right, what was the average age of marriage in the 20th? No, in the mid 20th century.
Oh,
In the mid 20th century. All right, still 20 and 22. That's not bad, but it's getting younger.
it's getting younger.
Every time we go further and further back in the time, the age of marriage is getting younger.
And the divorce rates are getting higher.
Yeah.
You get married older and divorce. Oh, it's in the camera. The whole back of the screen.
Where?
Look.
Well, that's fine. But do they see this on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
There you go. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, guys. So obviously, the further you go back, the age of marriage just gets younger. Start to wonder about our mother, our grandfathers, and our great grandfathers. We'll probably been calling them pedophiles. And I'm not saying, guys, trust me, I can't wait to tell y'all these stories that I got because I was in prison on a sex rap. So what that means is
You heard them stories.
yeah, and they try to classify you. It was a blessing 150 years ago. Try the UK first. Look up the age of consensual marriage 150 years ago in the UK. What was the age of consensual marriage in the UK 150 years ago? So they try to, they had put me in a sex house once when I was in Jersey because I had cooked a dude. And then
you what? You got
went to the box, got out.
But you did that. Did you get like
3 different times? I cooked another dude, but this wasn't over. This was something else. The age they were allowed to marry. I know what consensual means. Good looking, bro. Then they put me in a regular house. I ended up cooking another.
What you said in the UK, right?
Yeah. It's like that third time, they was like, yo, why is this dude beating dudes up like this? And that's when they tried to send me to B-Pod, bro. B-Pod had the sex offenders. And majority of them was predatorial. It is fascinating to delve into the historical legal landscape of marriage in the UK. Roughly 150 years ago, which places us around the year 1875, during the heart of the Victorian era. The laws surrounding marriage at the time, particularly concerning the essential element of consent, present a compelling picture of society grappling with tradition, social concerns, and emerging nations of individual rights and child welfare. Male could marry as young as 14 years old. Females could marry as young as 12.
So
150 years ago. That's not that long ago.
150 years ago, and
so that was 90. 150 take away. That was
75.
That was 110. That was 110 years before I was born.
Yeah, and then you think about what would it have been, or what could it have been 1,000 years ago? See what I'm saying? Like, people just be tripping when you start thinking about some of these things and trying to rationalize why they did this and why they did that. Like I said earlier,
2 generations.
That's a fact. People were dying from toothaches. What you?
This dude is a bot.
Toothaches, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I say too about like celebrating your birthday. We don't celebrate our birthday as Muslims. And when I heard, about childbirth and just women dying during childbirth, it's like most women didn't even see their children until medicine and stuff like that. I was just looking at something when they said they used to give the women this kind of shot, and then they started making the kids come out with no arms. They stopped using that. They was giving those women this shot, and it was causing baby mortality at a high rate. So all of this time, the babies was dying. People were actually guinea pigs.
Men led wars at 12 years old at one point. Full on soldiers.
Yeah, it was a different breed. So like, as far as us celebrating our birthday and we not celebrating our mother for being on the verge of a life and death. And when I told my mom that, she's like, yo, you don't celebrate. And I was like, nah, I don't do that no more, Mom. I'm Muslim. And I was like, yeah, look, you could have died. I said, you know how many women die in childbirth? I said, that's the day I celebrate you for pushing me out. So if you got 7 kids, you should be celebrated at least 7 times. If somebody wants to do something for your mother. She pushed you out. How are you going to think it's your day? I was born today. I'm going to get drunk and high and smoke. No, take your
and do stuff to shorten your lifespan.
Yeah. Yeah.
How that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to celebrate it and do something for your mom. I'm just saying that if that would make more sense. And when I was telling my mom, she was like, yeah. She was like, yo, when I was in the hospital, I had they have rookie doctors on you with the other doctor trying to tell them, and then people tested on you, bro, in real time. She was like, the man had a pushing doing this, he almost died. Complications because he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So yeah, it related to us so much, but still, a lot of people just still be like, I remember my ex-wife's like, oh, I'm about to celebrate. You for what? You don't got no bread. You don't got this going on. You don't. What are you doing? I'm be 39. It's my last year in my 40s. Then next year when you turn 40, what you gonna do when you ain't got no money? You gonna celebrate that too again? This is my first year in my 40s. It's just like a never-ending cycle. It's just like, what are you celebrating? Bro, you don't got no money. You don't own a car. You living with your moms. You don't got a pot to piss in, no window to throw it out of. You sick. You ain't got no health insurance. Your babies ain't got no diaper. You ain't got no job. It's like after a while you gotta start thinking about like upgrading. All right, it says, I am recovering now for 3 years. What do you recommend me? I want to train again with calisthenics and ripstick and wrestling again. I can't wait anymore. Should I do it with the pain? Problem is I feel pain and burning in the arm while training. Is this dangerous? Should I just train into the pain? Did you had injury like that in the past? Did you stop with your training? Yeah, good looking, to the pesos. All right. So typically, I would tell you this, bro. Anything that makes you feel pain. If your shoulder hurts when you do dips, but you feel good when you do pull-ups and push-ups and squats, then do pull-ups, push-ups, and squats, and do not do dips. Anything that's making you feel the pain, you should not continuously do it because it's going to take you longer to heal. I went through that with my wrists.
Me too.
And I wouldn't stop working out. And it took my wrists a year and some change, maybe 2 years to heal.
You better off just avoiding whatever that exercise is and just, maybe you slacking on pull-ups. So maybe you just need to become mad strong at pull-ups and just stop doing dips for a little while. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Maybe, you slacking on your dips. Got to do a whole bunch of dips and just chill on the pull-ups for a little while.
And I'm going to tell you this. Me, I never stopped. Even now, when I have some form of injury, I'll work around it. But it's hard to work around it in calisthenics because you can't just do bicep and not do shoulders. It's compound movement. So you do a push-up, you're going to feel it in your back. So it's like, not with weightlifting, you can train specific muscles and avoid muscles that's injured, right? That's one of the downsides to calisthenics. Although I believe calisthenics is better than weights, but I think weights is good and it has its purpose. And if you can do both, you should be doing both. So, yeah, bro, if you don't make content, if you don't get paid by working out, I would say just avoid it altogether. With me, that was my livelihood. I had to do it. It was like saying I was going to take off of work for a year or 6 months and I was still going to get paid. Yeah, I'll do it. But if I'm not getting paid, I got to work. And that's what I did. I kept working and it made my injury last way longer. Screaming black.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, so bro. Yeah, going into these ages. And this thing, I think it makes a lot of sense. But we about to tap off. What time is it?
It's 11:15.
Oh yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah, it's Juwan. Gotta
And what time is the
gotta wake up and get ready.
how long you been on the live?
Hour 40 on the dot.
All right, yeah, that's roughly our time, yeah. So lock in, pop out with your lockout or get clocked out. We probably could go into the how old was the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he married Aisha tomorrow, and people calling the Prophet Ya'ul Billah min Dalik, these crazy names. And that's why when they call me names, sometimes I tend not to respond because the best of mankind who walked the face of the earth was called worse, right? Jazakallahu khair, brothers. When you come to Germany, we was just there, bro. You wasn't around. You should have popped out. Yo, much love. I appreciate everybody for tapping into the live. Also, once we get the Twitch stream fixed, please go over to Twitch and start supporting it now because we want to build it up. As we said, our YouTube channel, Rip Right HD. You wasn't running Rip Right HD, right?
Yeah.
The whole time. Yeah, we gotta stop running that chat. We gotta stop running that.
Yeah, y'all getting it for free.
Yeah, they're not paying us. They are not paying us. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
This one was on the house, y'all. The next one won't be.
Go and get another 5K in. Nah. Tomorrow I'm gonna run a mile. I ran a mile this morning. I'm gonna run another mile tomorrow. But I would love to get a 5K in, but I gotta build myself up to that. Because the 5K we ran out there was good, but you see we stopped and we had breaks. I want to run a real 5K nonstop, even if each mile is 11, 12 minutes or more. I would rather just continuously be running. All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Listen, all of y'all, if y'all on Rip Right HD, get over to Sell on the Bars and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's easy for you to just go over there if you're on YouTube. But if you really want to support, go over to Twitch and look up Sell on the Bars and follow us over there as well. We're trying to build up the Twitch, and eventually we're gonna just cut the whole YouTube situation and all that. Facebook, all of you people on Facebook, on the different Facebook accounts that we're live on, also do the same. Go over to the YouTube and the Twitch for Sell on the Bars and go follow and subscribe over there. We appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll be back tomorrow, inshallah.